That's true.
Okay, we ready?
You look like all the
I'm
other.
a lab one too.
You all have the same hairdo. You start wearing masks, we won't be able to tell
That's
them
right.
apart.
Is that Nate? No, is that Scott?
Roll it.
Ready? Let's begin with prayer followed by the pledge. Father God, our hearts turn to you this morning. We're mindful of our country and we appreciate the freedoms we have. We pray for those in leadership and ask for wisdom as they make decisions. We pray today that you would grant us wisdom and that we would make proper decisions in your sight. I do this prayer, what is lacking, we pray in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah. I have spoken.
Welcome. Our meeting's first item of business is the minutes from July 20 in our executive session. If there's not, I will entertain a motion for acceptance.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
3-0. Okay, payroll 15 for calendar year 2020. Totals $242,359.14. We had 141 claims totaling $367,626.39.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
3-0. Scott, you're up first.
Oh, did you open it? Thank you.
I did, thank you. Well, I'm beginning to believe I might have this Humvee sold by the time I'm done being sheriff, but.
Remember, don't start something you can't finish.
So I'll start out with that. We got one bid. What was the last one?
3350 or something.
The last one was, yes, $33.50.
We got a bid from Ryan Carroll for $4,000. Maybe that'll
Moving it up there.
push the rest of them out.
Maybe.
As of this morning, we have 66 inmates. 27 of those are pretrial superior, 12 are pretrial circuit, 14 F6, and 6 DOC. Where we're sitting this morning. Just one notable thing, I know we were talking about roofs and HVAC and those type of things. We do have a company out as this morning, actually, just because we have a leak over one of the cell blocks. So they're out taking a look at that to see if they can patch something there. So also, I just want to bring with the CARES Act money, I know we've been working with the auditor's office on reimbursements for things COVID related. I brought up at the last meeting, we've ordered several things as far as automatic sinks and some other things that would help with touchless stuff. We did make a purchase of a metal detector, not in the sense that it's a hand-wand thing. That is coming for our jail, that an inmate can pass by, and those things will be detected or picked up on. But what I handed you and what we were looking at as well, we've always been in the market to look at for a body scanner for the sheriff's office. One of our biggest drawbacks, well, two of our biggest drawbacks is one, price usually, two is size. And typically what you see with body scanners, price-wise, usually they're anywhere from $200,000 to $300,000, and size-wise, they take up a lot of space. I know Blackford County, for example, they have a small jail as well, and they had to build an area into their sally port to house this thing, because it runs off a conveyor where the inmate stands, and then it moves them through this scanner. And anyways. Long story short, a lot of the agencies are using CARES Act money for approval through the body scanners. This one that I've shown you, I actually have them scheduled to come in and do a demo on August 13th to talk about the product. I know a lot about it. I've been following it a lot. I just know that it's been money that, if you can see there, that price of $149,000. This is the only American-made body scanner, and the footprint, if you look on there, is only 34 by 72 inches. There is a picture of it in the back. There's no conveyor. You step up in this. There also is an option of an infrared camera, thermal scanner that you can get on there, obviously for $20,000 more. But it takes a picture of them, does a thermal scan. They can do the body scan before they ever enter the jail. My objective would be to put this in our Sally Port. It would fit. It rolls. It plugs into the wall. It is very user-friendly as far as all the things that are needed to do this. So again, we can search the inmate without touching them at all, not only externally but internally. To a lot of facilities are using this to keep drugs out of their jail. People sneak them in body cavities and other areas that you may not be able to see. The question I had earlier in the week, and I'm just being prepared in advance here, on the CARES Act money, we did get a confirmation that CARES Act would pay for it. That would be a reimbursable amount. My question to the county attorney, Roy, was with it being the amount it was and it being CARES Act money, what do I have to follow as far as the purchasing guidelines when it comes to an excess of $50,000? Typically there would be bids. The problem is this is the sole company that makes this one. I can't go get 3 bids of 3 different people selling this. Also I included it in the paperwork here, a sole source letter behind there that they provided me stating such. They're the only person that sells this, makes it, and the price on it is under a state bid price, so that it's not marked up by one. You're not going to get a lower price from anybody else. It's like me buying tires for squad cars. They're on a state bid. They charge
On a QPA.
Yeah, QPA basically. So that price is set, so everybody that purchases this one gets it for this price.
Right.
Allen County has 3 of them. They have 2 in their correction center, and they have 1 at their community corrections. Adams County just purchased one that they're using through CARES Act. So I think the last I heard from this guy, there's 40 of these in Indiana right now that have been currently being used. So preparing in advance if this is something that I feel is feasible, usable. The funds are there through the CARES Act money, and obviously I'm grabbing an opportunity here to use some money to not only allow us to keep our hands off the inmates through the search process, but
Is there a service contract?
I will find
Future costs?
Yeah, I'll find that stuff out as far as what's involved in that. They obviously don't. It says 2-year parts and labor on the warranty, but as far as a service contract, I don't know.
Scott, does that, like the facial recognition portion of this, does that go into a national database by any?
Not through that. It
Okay.
No. When we do fingerprints on them, which is all electronic, that does go through
Okay.
a national system. Because it'll tell us, if they tell us there's somebody else and they're already been in the system, it'll tell us
Okay.
it's not them.
Okay. I think it's a good idea.
But I guess, maybe you can add to this, Roy, as far as,
Well, when Scott asked me, he told me it was $149,000, and I said, well, it's still a small purchase. And I said, because I had corresponded with Lisa during the week about somebody calling in complaining about the highway garage purchasing a piece of equipment. Why wasn't it advertised? So, ordinance says we don't have to advertise it if it's between 50 and what, 150? You've got to solicit quotes from 3 people known to work in that line. And so I told Scott, you've got to get 3 quotes. He says, there aren't 3 sellers. And then he got the letter, a single source, and in my mind, well, it doesn't tell me that there aren't retailers or a network of distributors. So I emailed the company and got a call from a guy who says, no, we sell direct. We don't have any middleman marking up anything. And he proceeded to tell me, where they sell and this and that. And I said, fine, all I need to know is that we don't have anybody we can solicit quotes for other than you've given the price. So anyways, long story longer, I guess. It's not under our county small purchase policy, but it's under a different section of the code regarding special purchasing. And I sent Scott that statute. It says, as an elected official, you are a designated purchasing agent. Commissioners did that years ago.
Through the code of ordinances.
And I said, the special purchasing methods require that Scott has to maintain a separate file, and in that letter he's got to put a written determination of why he chose, this company and the reasons. And some of the reasons are a purchasing agent may make a special purchase when there exists a unique opportunity to obtain supplies or services at a substantial savings to the governmental body. Well, one way of looking at it is the county buys it, we get reimbursed through CARES Act. Isn't this a unique opportunity for the county to acquire a piece of equipment? I mean, you've got the money. You've hired Barnes and Thornburg to clear these things, and Scott says, Lisa says, that it clears. And Scott's told you why he thinks it's a good purchase for the jail, and there are other reasons for special purchasing. A purchasing agent may award a contract for supply when there's only one source for the supply, and the purchasing agent determines in writing that there's only one source for supply. So there's a lot of different subsections in this special purchasing statute that I think it fits.
Yeah. So, the auditor told me that you guys kind of are overseeing the CARES Act money. Obviously, I'm still meeting with them on the 13th. I have not made a decision to do this, and I'm maybe putting the cart before the horse, but I just wanted your blessing that if I feel that this is something that is beneficial to the sheriff's office and to what we're doing there, I guess I just wanted your blessing to move forward with it, or direction. I mean, I can get 3 bids, but they're not going to be through the same scanner.
I make a motion in support of you moving forward with it.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. They just verify contracts or anything that's attached to it, that Roy reviews that prior.
Sure. One last thing about that. I'll make sure I'll let you guys know. So, okay. Other than that, I don't have anything else.
I hope not, 'cause that took forever.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was a little longer than normal,
You
Sheriff.
took all Nate's time.
Well,
Sorry,
Nate.
Nate, you guys, this much.
Actually, you want this back then.
Thank you so much.
Josh is not here. He's out with the crews, and they are starting their chip seal. So 6 full weeks of chip seal coming up. So hot on the trail.
No pun intended.
No. Nate, you're up next.
All right, thank you.
You only got 5 minutes.
I know.
And we limit him to 2.5 with an overrun of 1.
That's right. Thank you very much. Good morning. I can speak from experience that your glasses do not fog up when it's over 95 degrees outside. So
Well, thanks for letting us know
I'd rather be cooler when you're wearing your mask than just having vision. So, all right. So I'll go through my items here. Not too much today, obviously, since I was coming back from vacation, but I've got first item, Bridge 193, the deterrent structure. One of the pieces of that is the camera system. The shop drawing submittals are starting. We're starting to get some of those approved through the contractor and the engineer on the project. So we're still looking to try to start on that. Probably later in August, maybe in September. There's a few lead items that have got about a 6-week or more lead time. We might start on portions of the work and try to get the cameras up and ahead of time of the actual deterrent that overhangs the roadway. But I'm requesting approval of the contract with Security Pros for the camera system. I don't have it listed there, but the contract is for a total of $16,448.73. That does include part of the, there's a computer system that's included with that. And this also has a $139.99 a month recurring fee as part of their, both the cell system that's included with that and their data storage and access. So that'd be kind of our license. That'd be our recurring fee for maintenance of that. So I've got some money I put aside in our budget for this. As far as documenting where I'd be trying to pay for that in the future, we'd probably only have 1 or 2 months of that essentially online yet this year.
So, motion to approve?
Second.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
I have
Is
the
this the
utility.
contract?
That is, yes.
Okay.
Yep, so that'd be that. I have a utility permit from Citizens Telephone. I'm requesting approval on that. That was what was presented during Drainage Board earlier today. It's on County Road 900 South between State Road 3 and 1000 West. And actually, it doesn't even go that far. It's essentially a stub line. It just goes west to a couple homes, east and west of that crossing. They've got a main line that already exists there. They're just picking up some more customers.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Item 3 is just kind of an informational speed limit ordinance. I know there's been some discussions of doing some speed limit changes in North Oaks. In review of our ordinance with Roy, I'm recommending, and Roy's also as well, mentioning it to me, that maybe what we want to do is consolidate a lot of our different speed limit ordinances. In the past, we'd pass one ordinance with a speed limit, and then we'd kind of move on, and they would be in chronological order, but you'd have to search through all sorts of history to try to track them all down. So what I'm hoping to do is to create kind of one larger traffic control ordinance that has all of them listed. It'll clean a little bit of that up for us. So that's something I'm going to work with Roy on over here the next 2 to 4 weeks, trying to develop that table and get something together and present that to you. So just an FYI.
Since I spoke with you about that,
Mm-hmm.
I looked in the Wells County Code. That's the codification of all these different ordinances, and it's available online. Have you looked at that?
I have not pulled that one up.
Okay, if you look at that, it's got a grid and table.
It does. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's already gridded and tabled some of the individual.
Yeah, I'm not saying it
ordinances
doesn't
by
need to be
date.
updated, but it
No.
might be easier to
I'll start there.
look
and-
at that and update that grid rather than try to create a whole new grid.
Absolutely.
Unless there's other things in the grid that you think should be added.
Well, you're going to save me probably 2 weeks worth of work, since I can start with one versus creating a brand new one.
Sure.
So good. No, thank you. I'll use that as my starting point. But yep, that'll be something I'll hope to present to you here at some point, so I don't blindside everybody with that documentation. Last item I have is the right-of-way dedication. I've got one of the right-of-ways presented for our county bridge. It's one of our county bridge projects. I think it was, I can't remember which bridge number it was right now.
121?
Oh, 121, yes. It's one of the farms nearby there. I think Kessler, is that the one it was?
That's what it says in the front,
Yeah.
or
So-
the transmittal letter.
Ah, that's what it was. Okay. So, yeah, just requesting approval on that right of way.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
3-0.
Yeah, thank you very much. Any other questions for me?
Nope.
All right. Well,
Hey, good job.
Yep.
good check today.
Good job. You look at this contract we approved, right, for the surveillance?
For what?
The surveillance? Oh,
No.
does this have a signature page for the commissioners? Only has you. So we need to amend the agreement that allows Nate, the engineer, to sign the document. for security pros.
Need an amendment. So moved.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
3-0. Yeah, so we can take care of that, so.
He doesn't know how to turn that off.
I got a hammer.
Oh, is that Bill? I
It talks right now. Such an old phone.
Really?
Phone call
Get a new
from
phone.
Kentucky, BR49.
Next up, we have monthly reports, miscellaneous business, so.
We have deposited the second installment of our State Road 301 road transfer money, so we've gotten our second $1 million.
All right,
Yay.
fantastic.
And then we have up the library board appointments. I copied and emailed the 3 applications we have.
And were we going to take those under advisement until next time? Have time to look at them now, or-
When
Or are they
does?
due by the end of this month, right?
The 15th is, the 15th of August.
17th is when we meet again.
Right. 15th is when the current board member's term is done.
That's on a Saturday, so
I think we'll be okay to
We meet on Monday, so.
do it on
Right.
the
we'll
17th.
do it on the 17th.
Okay.
Is that all right with you guys?
Yep.
Okay. I'm all right with that also.
How many appointments are there right now?
3.
There's 2
Two?
appointments, but only one is coming open this year and then one next year.
Applicants.
Right. One for the commissioners and one for council.
This year now.
This year now.
So if council appoints one of the 3, and you've got a joint application, you only have, right?
We do. Somebody applied for both.
I'm not, I think they just have 3 as well.
But they're different than these two.
Okay.
Yes.
So you've got separate applications for council and
Yes.
commissioners?
Some are for both.
So some of the applicants filled out one for council and one for commissioners.
Right. Well, they just checked both boxes on some of them.
Well,
So we
I'm
don't
just
wanna
saying
both
that
appoint the same
if
person,
council
is what we're
meets
saying.
tomorrow night and appoints somebody, you might
Yes.
Let us know. so we
Yes.
don't
Applicant
choose the
short.
same person.
Absolutely, yes.
And I assume that's why you're here today, just to, is your application here too? Or you're supporting? No, you're supporting, okay. One of the things we're looking at would be to have whoever the appointment becomes, to come in. We feel like we haven't had good communication between our board and your board, and so our representative, we would be asking to come in every 3 to 6 months to give us an update on the progress. So if that would be something that you could do, that would be great, if you would be chosen. So just want to try to open communication a little bit better. So,
Okay, very good.
RFQ proposals.
do we need to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we had 2 really good proposals. Companies were Amoresco and Performance, both awesome companies and did a great job for us. Based on experience, we're going to recommend Amoresco at this time.
So I would second that.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, motion to approve, 3-0. Okay.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Yes, we appreciate it very
Appreciate it.
much.
Thank
Both of
you.
you. So hard to choose when you have 2 really good ones.
Right, definitely. A lot of
Wish we
good
had that
things.
problem all the time.
And
Appraisals.
appraisals, we have to wait for that, since we have not received.
Well, you only have one out of the 2, so. I would suggest you wait till you have both of them to discuss them. I mean, they're, once you have them, we're required to provide copies to council, and that's not a problem, so it'll be a public record, but maybe a little premature to talk about it.
we need to have an executive session, probably not due to the fact the council meets
I
tomorrow.
think once you have two appraisals, an executive session might be ordered for you to discuss strategy in terms of an offer to be made. Rather than do that in an open session, I think that's fair to do that in executive session.
I don't want to jump the gun, but I just want to make sure we cover the bases if we need to do that.
What you might want to consider is whether or not you want any environmental survey or assessment or whatever ordered for the county highway garage. Because the appraisals are sure the appraisals will come in saying that they don't take into consideration any environmental issues.
Okay. We'll wait till we get the second appraisal back then, before we do anything else.
Okay.
Go around the room. Kev, anything?
Nothing.
Okay. Lisa? All right. Audience? Any motions to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.